Hello, good morning, and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol blended Irish whiskeys. This is Bushmills Black Bush Irish whiskey, rich and smooth, triple distilled, and it's aged 8 years in ex-bourbon barrels and ex-oloroso sherry casks, which is another word for a barrel. Beautiful squared off embossed bottle. There's the Bushmills distillery. Introduced in 1980, and I forgot to put that this is a (20-80) blend ratio, and I'll explain that in a minute. (20-80) blend ratio. It's 20% grain whiskey and it's 80% single malt whiskey. Okay, so it's reversed. Most of these blended whiskeys are 80% grain spirits, aged Ireland, Scotland, and Canada, unaged in the United States, if the distiller chooses to do that. And 20% single malt. So this is reversed. I'm getting low, and that's going to be the end of it. Not buying any more of it. Cork, not a twist cap. Most of your regular Bushmills is a twist cap. Oh, that's kind of grungy looking. Okay, and I've had this in the cabinet. Be right back. Okay, so introduced in 1980. 80% single malt, 20% grain spirits. This is produced in the British province of Northern Ireland. All right, so this is from Northern Ireland, Ireland. This is proper number 12. Now, the rumor was that it originally was produced in Northern Ireland by Bushmills. I don't know. I know it's not the case today because it just says Ira originated, produced in Ireland, not Northern Ireland, but the Irish Republic. Probably at Middleton Distillery as a contract, contract whiskey, or if you want to call it a sourced whiskey, they source it for their purposes, because I don't think they own a distillery in the Irish Republic. Proximo Spirits. This is a real cork also. Now, I paid $26.99 for the proper number 12, introduced in 2018, and I paid about $30.99 for the Bushmills Black Bush, about $30.99. So it's a little bit more expensive. I think the price has gone up. So I got to think about that. It's going to be worth it. Now, I know some stores might sell it for $40, but if I were you, I'd look around and try to find a deal. Wesley S. Thymer says, "Hey, Ron, you've been busy on Friday nights. Notice there hasn't been a Fandango Friday in a couple of weeks. Not a critique, just observing." Yeah, I've said it in other hangouts that we've been having fish fries on Friday night for Lent, so I've been helping them, And that's the reason. That's every year it's like that. They're both golden, amber gold. So the appearance won't matter. Okay. But we still do the Sunday, Super Sunday morning, Super Sunday, where you can bring anything you want. So that's still happening. Okay, there's Black Bush. That's a different product. I don't know why they're showing it there. All right, there's the backside. It's an updated label. They have a tendency to change their labels, but not in a major way, but in little tweaks here and there. Oloroso sherry and bourbon. Oloroso is a type of sherry, and they're selling it for $41.99. See, that's to me a bad price. I would not pay that. That's order it from the company. I think you do a lot better just buying it retail at the grocery store. Well, in Louisiana store, or at Total Wine and More. We don't have we don't really have liquor stores. United States Spirits rating, whiskey of the year in 2024. All right, gold medal there. All right, so it does win awards. It is a great product. And here's the proper number 12. I'm not sure if it's won awards. I believe it has. Single malt and golden grain, age minimum of 4 years, and the finest. Of course, they're going to say that charred ex-bourbon barrels. The finest. So using Pappy number Pappy Van. Anyway, it's kind of funny. Then there's ideas on cocktails. And they also make a proper number 12 apple, which I've not had, but I know that's popular as well. Okay. I don't think that proper number 12 has a proper chance of winning. I think it's going to get whipped. Because Bushmills Black Bush is a higher grade product, just is. Now, proper number 12 is not like you hear. Some people are saying, it's trash. It was started by a celebrity. Well, that doesn't mean anything, There's a lot of whiskeys that are a lot of whiskeys and brandies and tequilas that were started by celebrities. That doesn't automatically mean it's going to be trash. It's just people who have this mindset, They might have an axe to grind against the celebrity. You know what I mean? They might say, oh, that guy's, I heard him spouting off on the Academy Awards, so I'm not going to like the product. Well, okay. If you take exception to the person's politics, fine, I get that. But that shouldn't reflect on your evaluation of the product. You have to detach yourself from that if you want to be a good reviewer, right? Okay. Let's see, Black Bush at Total Wine, because they tend to be kind of cheap. Well, $39.99. Okay, well, you're saving you're saving shipping costs because so the price has really jumped $9 since I bought it. What did I say? I paid $31.99. Yikes. Proper number 12. $26.99. Yeah, that's normal price. You'd save money buying the handle though. It's $49.99. You're going to get it for less. It'd be cheaper per ounce. And I'm telling you, it's good, so you're not wasting money. It's not like you get that. You say, I got to take a chance on it. There's no chance. You're not taking a chance. It's not some dodgy product, questionable product. Oh, there's Walmart, $28.99. So if you save $2 if you go to Total Wine and More, assuming you're passing by there. I mean, I don't live close to Total Wine, so I'm not. My friend David's always telling me, you think you're saving money driving all the way out there. You're wasting gas. I told him, I've tried to explain to him so many times. I said, I'm not doing that. If I'm in the town already and I know I'm be out there, I'll stop by and get it. I'm not going to drive, and waste gas, $3 of gas so I can save $2. I mean, only a fool would do that. I don't know why he always tells me that. Bushmills, $34.98. Black Bush. There's your cheapest much cheaper price at Walmart, but they're out of stock. It's probably like They're probably out of stock because they're selling it too cheap. Okay, out of stock at my local store. Now they might have it at other Walmart. See, in Louisiana, Walmart sells liquor. So that's why we don't have liquor stores. Because no liquor store is going to open and stay in business with Walmart right there with a whole liquor section. You just walk in and pull it off the shelf. So liquor stores have no chance in Louisiana. And unless you live in a town that does not allow liquor sales in a grocery store or a convenience store. There's some parishes like that. We don't have counties, we have parishes. But they're not too many. Like Baton Rouge used to be that way. In Baton Rouge, you could only buy liquor at a liquor store. So they had the liquor store on United States Highway 61 business route. It was always packed with people because couldn't get it at Albertsons. You couldn't buy liquor at Walmart, but that all changed. Now you can buy it there. So now I don't know if the liquor store is still in business. I don't know if BenQ Liquor is still in business on Perkins Road, Louisiana Highway, 427. Those might be all gone since everything changed. I have to see because those were interesting places. Now there is Hocus Pocus Liquors on Louisiana Highway 61 in Prairieville. But that might be one of those parishes where they don't allow it in the stores. See, that could be the case. Now, maybe that's why it's Hocus Pocus is in 3 widely separated areas. Prairieville, and then way out close to the Texas state line in Lake Charles, and then way up in central Louisiana in Alexandria. So owned by the same people, but it's probably because they found places where they don't allow that. Okay, but where I live area, it's a wide open thing. Every gas station sells any kind of liquor. Everybody should have a friend like Dave, both enjoyable and annoying too. Have a friend who is so opinionated, in my opinion, laughing out loud. To be fair, he doesn't act like a know-it-all. Some people do. Yeah. But he gets like a fixation in his mind on something that he thinks is true, and he'll keep restating it. And I tell him no. But I just laugh about it. It's funny to me. I was like, I don't know why you think I do that, but I just find it comical, And then he'll tell me, I'm not driving all the way across town to go to Total Wine and save money. But then he'll do it. Like I told him about a deal, and he'll still drive over there. And I said, I thought you weren't going over there. Well, I figured I had some free time. I was like, okay. It's kind of like me saying I'm not going to buy any more bourbon, right? And then the next time I'm come on the air, I'm talking about, look at the new bourbon I found, but I got it so cheap, But it is hard to pass it up when you see a bourbon that is $50 and they got it for $9.99. I mean, it's like, I don't know why they're selling it so cheap. It's hard to pass that up. Like this Japanese whiskey I bought. I had no interest in Japanese whiskey. I mean, I like it, you understand, but I had no interest in buying it. But a $50 bottle for $9.99, yeah, I'm buying it. Okay. A $75 bottle for $9.99, yeah, I'm buying it. I mean, that's just elementary. I didn't need any more chocolate peanut butter porter. I didn't need any more chocolate lava cake stout, tell you the truth. Didn't really want it. But a week and a half ago, Aldi decided they're going to sell that for 99 cents a 6-pack. Not making it up. This is not a lie. 99 cents a 6-pack. I mean, I never seen beer that cheap in my whole time buying beer since February 1996. 17 cents a can. You say, but that's all out of date stuff. Who wants that? I don't want out of date stuff either. But the best buy date is July of this year. Now, figure that out. Because I know I can't. Okay, this smells great. It smells like a rich grain, sweet honey. All of that stuff does not contain honey. It's not Canadian blended whiskey, which is allowed to have flavoring, and they don't even have to tell you about it. Just like American blended whiskey, I might add. But Scotch and Irish whiskey, no, they can't add flavoring. I mean, they can, but they got to call it a flavored, like the proper number 12 apple. That's called apple flavored whiskey. They're letting you know. Not that anybody would think otherwise, but This doesn't have as much aroma. This is kind of flat in the nose, just like simplified flat grain. Not a bad aroma, but not a whole lot happening over here. Drewski Brewski says, Ronald the Riot. Yes, that's me, Drewski Brewski. Cheers. Taste time. You almost think when you taste this that it's peated. You see, you're like, wait a minute. There is a wine characteristic. Sherry is a fortified wine, meaning it's spiked with liquor. I think in New York City, I think in the state of New York, it has to be sold in a liquor store, not a wine shop. It's considered a liquor, but most states don't consider it that. Some sherry is cheap, like Taylor sherry from New York State. Other sherries will be $500-$600 a bottle. You know, no, I mean, depends on the grade and the company and all of that. And they have festivals around the world, sherry, like international sherry competition and those kind of things. Love the shirt. Lions. Yes, not Detroit Lions, though. This is Southeastern Louisiana Lions, which is actually older than the Detroit Lions, but not as famous. This has honey. Honey, it doesn't contain honey. Okay, I'm saying it. That's the flavor. And rich grains, sweetness. Now, overly sweet. No, neither one of these is sugary sweet. They have sweetness because some whiskey to me tastes like sugar water. Actually, most whiskey to me tastes like sugar water. But these are not coming across like sugar water. A lot of these Canadian blended whiskeys, it's like, whoa, sugar. Yeah, this is the Bushmills Black Bush. It's more bread. It's coming from that single malt, 80% malted barley whiskey. And it's, could tell it's aged longer, twice as long, 8 years versus 4. It's just got, I'm not saying it's richer. It's not richer. It's just got a more complex flavor. To me, a better flavor. Now, is it worth the extra $10 to $12? $10 to $15 more like, yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, Black Bush. Got it wrong. Did I pour them in the wrong glasses? I don't think so, but I wasn't running my mouth and I wasn't really checking my tags. Let me see. Which is never a good idea. I'm supposed to believe this is the, okay, let's see something. Doesn't matter because I'm still wrong. Well, maybe I'm not wrong if I poured them wrong. Okay, let's see here. I know what that taste was just like. Not a lot of honey. Man, I hate to waste this stuff. This is like gold. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so I did have them mixed up, but yeah, I got it wrong still because I thought the Black Bush was the one, and the other one was the other one, the proper notor. So it's got me confused. Now, it is a shock because I said yesterday, and I was talking big, yeah, don't even waste your time watching because it's not going to be a contest. I was saying that Proper number 12 got no chance. No chance against Black Bush. I was talking a bunch of trash, really, but I mean, that's how confident I was. And, you tend to be like that, So I was saying, yeah, no chance, going to get killed. But then what happens? The underdog rises to the challenge and punches his way through to the victory. So the victory goes to the proper number 12. I never would have dreamed it, I would have laughed. I'd have laughed at myself. You see, you don't have to say I would have laughed at you for bringing it up. I'd have laughed at myself for even entertaining the idea that proper number 12 stood a chance against Black Bush. But there we go. And that's just what I got to live with. So too bad for me. Now, going forward, I'm a little concerned because Jameson was easy. Got that in a snap. The Bushmills original, got it easy. The Black Bush, everything went awry. Got it all mixed up, which is the most shocking thing because I thought the Black Bush was the highest grade. Well, aside from Teeling small batch. So that's concerning. Now I have the Bushmills Red Bush, which they don't make it anymore. I'm pretty sure they don't produce it anymore. Let me look at the webs. Well, I'm not looking at. I already took the website down. I know they don't make it. They came out with that in 2017, and they were touting, it's aged in ex-bourbon barrels and making a thing out of it. But I don't think the sales were that great. That's why I started seeing it on discount. Like it was a like a $29 to $30 bottle. And some stores started selling it for $9.99. Not kidding. And then another store, David, found it for $5.99. Unreal. $5.99 for a full-size bottle. We're not talking about little minis. And when he showed me that, I thought something must be wrong. I said, something is wrong. I said, there's no way they're going to sell a $30 bottle for $5.99. I said, that thing is tanked. I said, they're casting it off. It's discontinued, or as they say in the stores, discode. I said, it's out. And if you look at the website now, they don't show it anymore. So, well, I mean, of course, every product that's rolled out doesn't succeed. You know that. Every product's not going to make it. You put stuff out, see what people think. If it fails, just kill it. Try something new. There's a new Blue Moon. I don't know if y'all heard this. I found out yesterday. Blue Moon put a post on Facebook or one of those sites, and it was saying, I thought it was a joke at first. Blue Moon High Gravity 8%. Blue Moon Extra. I said, what? They got these high gravity malt liquors, like Hurricane High Gravity and all this. I said, Blue Moon Extra 8%. I said, no, that's a joke. Somebody's playing games. So I looked up the Blue Moon website. It was no joke. They were showing it. Extra strength Blue Moon. I don't know how to get it to 8%. All they were showing was a tall can, those stovepipe cans. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be in convenience stores only. You're not going to see it in no 6-packs or draft. And it's going to be like like somebody told me, those are the modern day malt liquors. Like in the 90s, everybody was drinking. In the early 2000s, everybody was drinking Hurricane High Gravity and Colt 45 High Gravity and Schlitz Berry Smooth Lager, VSL Gold Bull 8.5, a really strong knockout. But then the craft beer companies were like, oh, these people want to drink all of this for whatever bad reason, probably. Craft beer is kind of dying out in popularity. So the craft beer companies were like, well, let's just make malt liquor and just put it under the veil. And somebody brought this up. A viewer brought this up, and it made a lot of sense. Under the veil of craft beer. So then they got the Tropical Beer Hug. That came out 4 years ago. 9.5% in the stovepipe, and it's cheap. You can find that stuff sometimes $2.59 for this big can. And then Voodoo Ranger started doing all of that, 9.5%. Knockout beers. They're not real bitter, you know. They have low bitterness units. They're really more sweet, sugary sweet. The Voodoo Ranger and the High Gravity Imperial one, and you know, Blue Moon is kind of sweet anyway, and I'm sure that's going to be sweet with the orange peel. So I said, this guy, I can't remember who made the comment. He nailed it. He hit the nail on the head. It's the same old thing. They're putting out super high, jacked up alcohol beers in the stovepipe can, and they're selling them cheap. I found Natty Daddy the other day for $1.25 in a 25-ounce can, $1.25. Because now they're faced with so much competition, they got to lower the price on that. And now, if you, in case you did not hear, there's a new Cayman Jack. It's called Cayman Jacked. Jack apostrophe ed, jacked. Yeah, you guessed it. High gravity, 10%. I said, oh, it just gets more and more crazy. 10%. Can you imagine how sick you'd feel drinking a whole bunch of that quick? You know that's loaded with cane sugar. Oh my goodness. Okay, but anyway, enough of that. So sorry I failed on this challenge, but that's the whole deal about the blind taste test, really. You can make claims. Oh yeah, I know my liquor. I know my liquor. Okay, I never get it wrong. Well, okay, you ever did a blind taste test? Oh no, I never got around to that. Yeah, because you're probably not going to, because you know that you may not know your liquor as much as you think you do. Very scary to try the Blue Moon High Gravity, says Jean-Pierre. Hello, Jean-Pierre, Beverage Ramble. I'm sure I'll see it around at the convenience stores, because I looked on their website for the locator tool. It didn't even have it listed. Wasn't even on the locator tool. That's how new it is. I mean, I think it just came out yesterday, literally Monday. And that's what it's going to be. You say, what? Why would Blue Moon want to make a malt liquor? Well, you know why? Because it will sell. Now, some viewers will say, do you know what kind of people buy that? Yeah, we all know what kind of people buy that stuff. And we know why. And we don't defend it. But it does exist. And, you know, honestly, those things, they're not really bad when you try them. They taste pretty good usually. But, you know, if you drink too much, you ain't going to feel too good. But, I mean, Four Loko, they've gone to this artificial sweetener, and I'm not messing around with that. I don't even want to mess around with Four Loko. My goodness, 14%, 13.9 now. They dropped it all at 13.9. That's to get under the radar in Georgia. You see, other states also, you can't sell strong beer above 14, so they sell it at 13.9. But same thing, 13.9, 14. You drink a whole can, you're going to feel bad at work the next day. So I don't endorse that practice of selling all these stovepipe super high gravities, but I don't take issue with it either. You know what I mean? Like, if you could responsibly drink it. Now, I know in Scotland and England they have Buckfast Abbey tonic wine, which is actually made by an abbey, a Catholic abbey, monks. Well, it's contracted out mostly because they don't have the capacity to make enough of it. They do make it, but it's a tonic wine. It's made for, like, your stomach is bothering you, and it's kind of like a high alcohol version of X-Lax. You know what I mean? Or Metamucil. I mean, really, that's what it is. Sounds terrible to say that, but that's what these tonic wines are for. And it's designed to drink about 3 ounces. Sit there with a little wine glass, drink about 3 ounces in the morning. Fine. But then you see the people in the central city laying on the park bench with the hand laying off the bench with the empty bottle of Buckfast Abbey wine. They drink the whole bottle. Well, the monks, the Catholic monks, are saying on their website, look, we didn't design it for that. It's a tonic wine, you know. It's kind of like that German liqueur, you know, that's like a medicinal thing. Jägermeister. I know a German woman, and she said in Germany it's more like a medicine. People drink that as a medicine after supper if their stomach is bothering them. It's not made to mix with Fireball and make a Jaeger bomb or whatever. She said that's not what we look at it for. Although in Germany they're known for heavy drinking and problems with drinking too, though, so they can't really defend that. But anyway, it's interesting. You know, the whole thing is kind of interesting. So two good products. Sorry I got it mixed up, but you know, that's the way it goes, I guess. All right, y'all take care and see you later for Wednesday's Taste Challenge. Jean-Pierre, do you think you will try the Blue Moon though, if you see it, or you just pass it up? That high gravity. I'm gonna try it. You know, just I can't overlook it. You know,